Hey everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. My name is Casey. So we've made it back to the farm. We've been gone a couple days. And let me just say, I'm not a happy camper. I'm coming home. There is all around this is what they're calling a dumpster. And my whole house is a battlefield of construction. That's not what this video is about. We're actually going to be planting the potatoes and onions and garlic today, but I thought I would just give y'all a little update. So I'll show a little video here of the inside of the house. But now on to plant in the greenhouse. So if that's something that interests you, stick around. Alrighty, y'all. So we're back out of the greenhouse, and today that bed behind me is going to be potatoes, and that bed is going to be garlic and onions. Now, in a previous video, I did show that I started that. A lot of the other blocks are back on an acreage, and we'd have to get a trailer or something to get back there and get it. So, for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and re-put it over here as a lettuce bed, because I need to start lettuce. And I don't have sweet potato slips started yet. None of mine started. So that would just be a bed that's sitting. This bed grows good potatoes, and I'm gonna try this year with the small amount that we have. I only think I have like 30 plants to put in. So we'll try them out. Again, this is gonna be a tester year, but lettuce, gotta get going. Lettuce and carrots. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna move the cement blocks over, make a smaller bed for lettuce. If I have enough of what I have here, I'll start the carrot bed. And then all of these beautiful plants are gonna be planted today. Like today. Like today. So again, this first one is going to be potatoes. Just regular russet potatoes. I let them sprout, cut them off. What I did, and I wish I would have taped it, I didn't, but I will show pictures on Instagram, so make sure you're following me there. But with the potatoes, what you want to do is just cut them into chunks that has the eye on it and let them sit for 2 to 3 days. No longer than 3 days. Make sure it dries out the outside, hardens it off, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put them cut side down, sprout side up, in the beds, and then we're gonna give them a good watering. So let's go ahead and get potatoes done first. All right, so over here in this garden, one thing that I learned, which I'm realizing now why it's so important, is that root vegetables such as potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, garlic, carrots, they like loose soil. Now, if y'all remember in a previous video, I went ahead and I watered this whole area just to give it a little bit of moisture, but it's dried up pretty good now. It's dried up real good. So what we're going to do for the potatoes, and I'm going to show you the potatoes. So basically what I did was I cut off where the eye was and I let it dry so that it's harder here. And it's been about 3 days since I cut these. So I did that for all of the sprouts, because all of the sprouts will turn into another potato plant, which will then produce taters. So what I'm going to do now that you're going to see me do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a 6-inch deep hole planted, and we're going to plant the cut side down, sprout side up, and we're going to do them about 12 inches apart. And it said that you should do about 3 feet in between rows. Now, I don't know if I will do exactly 3 feet, so don't tear me up in the comments. We're going to try to do as wide as we can, but this is a smaller bed. I think it probably is about 5 feet itself. So yeah, we're just going to do it that way. And I'm gonna get it all in, and then we're gonna give it a good soaking. What it says for watering potato plants is you want about 1 inch of water every week. So that's what they say. If it doesn't rain, then you have to supplement with spraying it with a hose. We are in a greenhouse, so it's not gonna get rainwater. So I will be watering it once a week, heavy watering. And we're gonna see if it produces. So let me go ahead and stop my gabbering and go ahead and start. Oh, that's lovely. Snake skin. We're gonna go ahead and start planting these potato plants. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna kind of dig a 6-inch deep trench all the way around the back, and then we're going to place each of the potatoes about 12 inches apart, and then we're gonna cover it back up. Alrighty, so on this garden behind me, while we're letting the water kind of soak into the potato bed, it doesn't seem to be draining that much because it looks kind of like puddles, but we're just going to let it sit and settle before I do one more spray. But on this bed, we're doing the onions and the garlic. Now, spacing for onions and garlic are a little bit different than potatoes. Well, let's say a lot bit. So same thing, I'm going to dig a trench, and I'm going to do them about 4 to 6 inches apart. You can do closer if it's the bunching onions, which we will do 1 row of the bunching onions. You can use that for scallions. Yes, scallions. So we're gonna do about 4 to 6 inches apart. I'm gonna do probably about 8 inches for the rows. You want enough space so the plant can get a nice bulb. And then garlic, same thing. I'm gonna do it at the end of the bed. I did read that you can do them in the same bed. They just need to be in separate rows. One, because garlic takes a little bit longer. It's about 8 months until harvest, to where it's about 5 for the onions. So I'm planting them now in March. This is March, about mid-March. And I'll be harvesting onions probably about July, and the garlic probably about early October. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna start doing the trenching. All right, so again, I'm going to do a trench, and I'm gonna put them in about 4 inches apart. The first sweet potato. Lady liked her sweet potatoes, honey. But the first variety of onions that I'm doing is a Walla Walla. It's a yellow. It's a very good onion. We've grown it before. It's done well. So that is going to be my first 2 rows, probably. Alrighty, now that I have the Walla Wallas in the next couple of rows, I'm going to do a Spanish sweet and I'm going to do a red. So same way, trench about 4 inches apart, about 8 inches is what I'm doing from the rows, and let's get digging. Alrighty, it's getting dark now and everything is planted. Got garlic, I got onions, I got taters. And we have a thing of herbs. We're taking some of the onions right there back home with us because Mom wants some at her house. So, y'all, if you enjoyed this video of me planting these 2 raised beds, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and like and subscribe. And hit that bell icon so you know that anytime that new content drops to our channel. Follow us on social media at Instagram and Facebook at Ormsby Farms. Till next video, thanks for stopping by the greenhouse. Be blessed.
I'm coming home.